Hello students, today we are going to discuss the part of pointers in C. Pointers in C is a variable which stores the address of another variable. So as you see in this slide, we have written a small code and the main function. Inside that we have declared one local variable I, value assigned is 43 and simply written 0. So if you observe carefully over here, so I is a variable of type integer, so I is variable name, 43 is the value assigned to variable I, and suppose I have assumed the starting or base address at which the 43 value is going to be stored is 1000. As it is of type integer, it requires 2 bytes of memory, so it will start at address 1000 and it will end at address 1002. So pointers in C is the variable which stores the address of another variable. So how the pointers are declared? So a small code is written for that. So here I have declared 3 variables of different types. I is a variable of type integer, F is a variable of type float, C is a variable of type character, and at initially the values are assigned to these variables. I is 43, F is 44.56 and C is K. Then below that I have declared the pointers. So int star ip is integer pointer, star ip is float pointer, and star cp is character pointer. So I have declared 3 different pointers: integer pointer, float pointer and character pointer. And as we have already discussed, the pointer is address of another variable. So if you observe carefully over here, ip is equal to ampersand I, fp is equal to ampersand f, and cp is equal to ampersand c. So ampersand is nothing but address of another variable. So if you observe carefully over here, see, ip is pointing to I is a variable of type integer and its value is 43. Suppose the start address is 1000, end address would be 1002, and ip is pointing to I, so that's why there is an arrow from ip to I. Fine. Similarly, fp to f and cp to c. And below that just I have printed the slash n %d comma star of ip. I want to print the value of integer pointer star ip. As ip is pointing to I, so that's why the value inside ip is the address of I. Starting address of I is 1000, so that's why the value of ip is 1000, but ip is pointing to variable I, so star of ip is nothing but whatever is the value inside the variable I. So I is having the value 43, so that's why star of ip is going to print the value 43. Similarly, fp is going to point to f, so star of fp is nothing but the value which is present inside the variable f. As it is 44.50c, star of fp is going to print 44.56. Similarly for star of cp. So when you write this code and execute the code, it will display the output like 43, 44.56 and k. Then the initialization of pointer. So this is the same program as that of the previous program, only here I have declare first the pointers and then the values are initialized, and in this code both these things are done at a single step. Same output will be displayed, initialization of pointer. Then there are 2 different operators are used, operator star and operator ampersand. So if you observe carefully over here, star is nothing but the value at address operator. So whatever is the actual value present at address of operator, that is going to be displayed with the help of star operator, and ampersand is nothing but it is the address of operator, so basically used to show the address. So if you observe the code over here, I've declared the local variable I of type integer, value assigned is 43. I declared a pointer star p, so star p pointer is declared, and p is equal to ampersand I. So p is equal to ampersand I is nothing but I is having the value 43. Suppose the starting address of I is 1000, then p is having the value of base address of I, that is the 1000. P is pointing to I, so that's why star of p is nothing but the value which is present inside the variable I, that is the 43. See, so what I have printed over here, slash n %d comma I, That means I want to print the value of I. The value of I is 43, so that's why 43 will be printed over here. Percent U address specifier is used whenever you want to display the addresses. Percent D is for displaying the integer, percent C is for character, percent F is for float. Similarly, percent U is used when you want to display the addresses. Fine. So percent U comma ampersand I. So I want to display the starting address of I, so it is 1000, so that's what is printed over here. P. After that I want to print the address of I, so P is pointing to I, and I want to print the value of I, so that is 1000, and again star of P is nothing but P is pointing to I, and whatever is the value present inside I is 43, so value of star P is 43. So this is the way we are making the use of the operator star and ampersand. Star is nothing but the value at address of operator, and ampersand is address of operator. So this is one simple example related with the star and ampersand. So two variables I and j, and the values are assigned to them. Star p and star q, two pointer variables are declared. P is equal to ampersand I. So P is pointing to I, Q is pointing to J, sorry, here it should be J, and then just I have made some arithmetic operations. Star of P plus star of Q. Star of P is nothing but P is pointing to I, so value of star P is 10, value of star Q is 5, and 10 plus 5 is 15, so that's why it is going to print the value 15. Star of P divided by star of Q, 10 by 5 is 2. Star of ampersand J, see, value of ampersand J is Q, and star of Q is nothing but star of Q is the value which is there for J, that is 5, so 5 into 2 it will be 10. Similarly for star of P minus star of P, so star of P is 10 minus 10, it would be 0. So this is the way you can assign the pointers, and you can perform the various arithmetic operations on that. So this pointer arithmetic here, basically this code is written in order to just display the addresses. See, percent U, and three pointer variables are declared: star CP, that is character pointer, integer pointer, and float pointer. Actually here it should be star FP, and then just increment the value of address location. Address location value is incremented by 1. So CP plus plus is nothing but initially the CP is having the value 1000, right? So it is the base address of the character K. So 1000 is incremented by 1. As it is a character pointer, the value is incremented by 1. As it is integer pointer, the value is incremented by 2. So that's why 2020 it will become 2022, and 1060 will become 1064. So this is the way you can perform the different operations on pointers. Thank you.